Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about what you just learned?
Basically, like the video saying that the human behavior of like while people are growing, like both nature and nurture are very important for them. And then for nurture is like you have something like when you were born, like since you were born, you have it in your genetics. And then the environment that you live in your behaviors. Is it that?
Yeah, okay. Can you think of like examples?
Say that Mm, if you're not like what is it, a top student, and then you join a school like in a class with like, let's say just like you don't study hard, okay?
Yeah.
And then like you join a class with like bunch of like top students. Then like after time pass, like you will like generally just start studying because you see people around you trying to study. So you're gonna follow them because the environment will affect you, like affect their behaviors. So they're gonna study hard as well.
Yeah, basically that. Okay. So I think this is actually quite like common, yeah, in psychology to talk about nature and nurture. A lot of things that people do can be attributed to either one of these. Okay. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, sure. Um, all right, so the next part is we're going to talk about how, like, psychology, it's a multidisciplinary science. Okay, so what it does is it takes knowledge from the natural and the social sciences. All right, so it's a mixture of like when we talk about nature and nurture, right? It kind of falls under biology, and then we talk about sociology and anthropology as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, psychology researchers they use many methods, right? So, can you think of methods that psychological researchers use?
For research,
Yes, yes, for research.
experimental,
Yeah, yeah. What else?
and then what is it? Collecting data. I have no idea. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they do like do surveys, interviews, stuff like that
surveys.
as well. Okay, so um, when
Oh yeah, they do it in like three approaches:
yeah.
social cultural approach, cognitive approach, and then biological approach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Okay. So these are the three main like heads that everything falls under. I mean, everything we're going to learn about falls under, right? So it's really good that you know about that. Okay. So there are different types of um, research that happens with different types of psychologies. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for example, a social psychologist, what they would do is they would research through um, group processes. Okay, and then neuropsychologists would do what? What do you think they do?
What psychologist?
Neuro.
Neuropsychologist? What's neuropsychologist?
What is neuro?
How do you spell that word first?
Neuro.
And neuro.
Yeah.
Is that like nervous system thing? Yeah,
Um,
nervous system, yes.
kind.
Neurology, is it like the the brain
Yeah.
like spinal cords, things like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. So neuro is the brain, right? So
Uh,
neurosurgeon is a surgeon that does surgery on the brain, right? So neuro is the brain. So neuropsychologists they will carry out brain scans. Okay,
uh,
so maybe like to get a picture of memory in the brain. Okay, and
mhm,
then cross-cultural psychologists compares gender roles in different cultures. So a lot of this kind of stuff. Okay, so that's
mhm,
why psychology is multidisciplinary, right? as we said earlier. Okay, so one of the newer areas of cognitive neuroscience is neuroeconomics. Okay, you can look into that more like later on, but what we have to think about is why a multidisciplinary science like psychology, what are the two possible advantages? It doesn't have to be two, you can think about like a few. Okay, so I want you to think about that and let me know what you think.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what's it? Let me just like write it down.
Advantages of psychology being a multidisciplinary science.
Okay. Okay, I'll do some research and then we'll get back to you.
Sure. Okay, so why is that an advantage?
You get to research in a different perspectives. Like you have lots of variations, so you're like considering more things,
Okay.
which it gives you like a what is it, a wide range of information, and then so that you can do comparison between these,
Very good.
which the better conclusion after like your research, so that you put it together and you combine them, so that you can form a what is it? You say a perfect conclusion of your thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, it won't really be perfect, but it will be better, right? Because you take more things into account. Very good. Okay, any other points?
As a being a like multidiscipline.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm, well, because it's multidiscipline, right? Like you get like different, like people studying in different areas
Yeah.
to get together and then they study for this. And I don't know, like this is an advantage for they combine their like theories, their knowledge together. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
And
Okay, very
they
good.
collaborate with each other.
Yeah.
which which could be like what is it? I don't know, faster.
Faster, okay, and better as well. Yeah, very good.
More efficient.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, like you said earlier, right? There are a few levels of analysis that we will cover: biological, cognitive, and socio-cultural. What are the differences between these three?
The differences, I mean, social cultural is more like the how like social environments affect on human behavior.
Yeah. So environment and culture. Okay.
Things like religion,
Yeah.
their culture, then their like social environments, like how that affect people.
Okay.
And then like cognitive, um, cognitive would be like what people understand. I have no idea about that, but like what people understand, like how they behave. That's why how they behave. I have no idea.
Okay, so it's more on mental processes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we
Like
said earlier, like memory, thinking, perception, attention, stuff like that. So that's cognitive. Okay. Maybe you like to search up cognitive. What does cognitive mean? So that would help you to better understand what cognitive level analysis would be. Do you know how to spell it? Cognitive.
yeah,
Okay.
mental process human use to think.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just like how human think,
Yeah.
and that leads to how they behave.
Yeah. Yeah. And biological.
Biological is like I think you said it like you like you do a brain scan, is it? And then you study like inside.
Yeah, okay. So more generalized, it will be physiology and genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So you can think of like maybe a few examples of how these three levels of analysis are different later on, when you understand it better, I guess. Okay. So now we'll talk about like the history of psychology. Okay, so how did psychology come about? Do you know?
Psychology?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so um, do you know about Greece, like ancient Greece?
Yeah,
What do you know about it?
ancient Greece.
Yeah.
I mean, like it used to be the was it the I don't know about it, but like it's like used to be a big plans. I don't know.
Right. So basically, it was this utopia. Okay. So what happened was everyone there was well fed, well rested, and everything. So what happens when this is the case is people get more involved in the arts and then more intrigued with like the human mind and stuff like that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's where psychology started blooming. It was in the 19th century, and basically psychology is made up of two Greek words. Yeah. So first is the psyche, meaning the mind or the soul, and logos. I'm not sure if you've heard of logos before, but it's quite widely used. So logos is basically reasoning. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is what psychology, the word psychology, is made of. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it means the reasoning about the soul. Okay, so um, after that, philosophers started asking questions about how we came to know about the world. Yeah, so this is epistemology. I'm not sure if you have heard of it. It's epistemology. Okay, and this is from the word epistem, which is knowledge, and logos, again reasoning, right? So logos is quite widely used in Greece, I guess, when it comes to like philosophy and stuff like that. Okay, um, so today, what we call what do we call epistemology? Mostly, what we call um, epistemology is cognitive psychology. Okay, so what's involved is processes like memory, language, reason, stuff like that. Okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
last part, I guess, would be ethics. So what do you know about ethics?
Ethics.
Yeah.
Ethics. You mean like the ethics that we're talking about right now? Like the what is it? Like the ethical problems? Are you talking about like that?
Sure. What do you know about those?
What do I know about those?
Yeah. Like
No,
what
I know
ethical
that
problems do you know?
they I forgot like what news is that, but like people are protesting about it. It's like I forgot how to say it. Like it's like newborn baby thing. Like they're protesting.
Right. So abortion.
Yeah, abortion. Yes, abortion laws. Is it? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that could be part of ethics, right? So ethics is the debate between whether this is good or evil. Okay, so ethics is more like are our actions good or evil, stuff like that. Okay, and then um, I think you would like to look into some important names, I guess, in psychology. So, like Sigmund Freud, we'll learn about them like later on as well. So, I'm just gonna give you like an introduction to them. Okay, so these are the names that you might want to look into before like we go in more into it to it. Okay, and then the next one would be Darwin, but I think you would know about that, because it's yeah, so like evolution stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
Okay, cool. So um when psychologists refer to theories, right? I mean, when they publish their work, they refer to theories and make reference to empirical studies. Empirical studies. Okay. Um, so this is the foundation of scientific psychology. Okay, most theories are built on concepts. So you can like think about hypothetical constructs, like hypothesis, stuff like that. Okay, and then we'll look into that later on as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so have you heard of the Carol Dweck and her mindset theory?
Carol Dweck? Is it Dwecks?
No S, Dweck.
Dweck?
Yeah,
I actually today I did like some question on him, like cause our teacher is not here, right?
yeah.
Like he gave us like a passage to read and some question to answer. I don't know if it's the same person though. It's
Should be the same. Not
like
many Dwecks around.
right? Right? Like is it that? Is it like the the was it the experiment he did on students?
Yeah. So
Let's say
what?
that
Okay,
you
what were they testing first?
they were testing about the effect of praise,
Um, yeah.
and then like whether is it like false or true, so that if you have that, if you was it praise your student more and they get better grades and then they study hard. But like he's doing it on two sides, right? One is praise for their intelligence, one is for their efforts. Right?
Okay.
Is it the same thing? Am I talking about like different things?
No, you are talking about the same thing. Okay. Um, so uh, in general, right, when we talk about the Dweck theory, we talk about the mindset theory. Okay, so what are the two mindsets?
The fixed mindset, growth mindset.
Yeah, fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Okay, all right. So when we talk about theories, right, there are a few things that we want to talk about, but we'll deal with that later. So do you remember like the details of the experiment?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
So he did on a was it grade 5 students, and the student basically solved a problem and then teacher said like praise his intelligence so that he thinks that he is only smart on these things, and then like students like other students, the teacher praised on their like efforts of like solving problems. So the study, I'm not sure if it's the same thing because like they have different variants of passages, like right. So it's like basically saying that when the teacher is giving them problem solving questions, the students who are like who gets praise of their intelligence will like tends to choose the easier questions, and on the other hand, the students who get praised by their efforts choose the more challenging questions.
Okay, why?
Because the way of how the students who get praised by their intelligence think is that they're only smart enough to do the questions that they know how to do, because they want to get people saying that they're smart, so they only have the mind of trying the questions that they know how to do, so that people will say that you are smart. But however, the students who gets like praised by their efforts do more challenging questions, is because they know like if you put effort in it, like at least you will get something. Like basically, they're just trying. But however, the other students are not.
Yeah, okay, very good. So the ones with the growth mindset believe that intelligence is not fixed, right? So they're not afraid of challenges. Okay, so did you try to like introspect after reading about this study?
Sorry, what?
Okay, so did you try to like apply it to real life maybe?
Yes, I think.
Okay, what do you learn, I guess?
What do I learn? Basically, like well, what I learned from this,
Yeah.
I mean, like just um. Oh yeah, I have. Wait, let me think. Hmm. Can I just read the conclusion I wrote for my questions?
Sure, yeah.
I think it's a her, right? If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. I think her research wants to show us that the wrong kind of praise will create self-defeating behavior. Right kind of praise will motivate students to learn. And then some people like nowadays they can't get through things because they're not being praised of like how smart they are. So they're not expecting themselves to like be success at like any challenging things, which they expected that they're gonna be successful because they're special, because they're smart, but not because of their working hard. So they think that they're naturally born with like smartness, like they're smarter than other people, rather than like working hard than other people.
Okay, okay. And can you try to relate this to your own experience? So tell me a bit about your experiences and how like these kind of mindsets have affected you.
I mean, like even though like I don't know from like scientific studies, it shows that like some people were born like they're smarter than other people, like in some ways, right? For example, if you're playing instruments, some people was born like they were like very good to play, or like their genetic, like their potentials, like what they have, like for example, long fingers for playing pianos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then like I think for me, because I play instruments as well, right? Then like some people they say like because you got a perfect pitch, which like you know like what the notes are, even though like you didn't see what the other people played. But then like I think the most important thing is just like you have to like practice hard, or then you're never like being like perfect as like the professionals. Even
Okay.
though you can like have something that's like, I won't say it's um you're better than other people, but like you're special compared to other people.
Okay, so everything you just told me, right? Can you relate it back to the study, to the two types of mindsets?
Fixes mindset means like uh mindset that considers talent someone's other qualities to be fixed and incapable of being changed. Growth is like believe that person's intelligence ability could like grow and improve with practices.
Yeah? Okay, very good. Yeah. Um,
So basically saying like having a growth mindset is better than fixed mindset.
okay, why?
Because um if you have fixed mindset, then you're never gonna what's it? You're never gonna grow. But with growth mindset, like you can improve in many ways.
Yeah? Yeah.
Because in fixed mindset, you think that you're the best already, so you're not gonna try hard to improve.
Yeah. Okay, very good. All right, so I want you to revise basically everything that we have gone through today, sort of like reflect on it and see if you have any questions or if anything like relates to you, to understand it better, because psychology is quite simple as long as you're able to relate it to real life. Okay, and then I'll see you next class. All right.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.